What's up, everybody? This is the Grand Line Gazette. I almost said the Overlook. This is the Grand Line Gazette where we talk about One Piece every damn day, and you're damn right, it's Sunday, so we have a new episode of One Piece. Episode 1121? 1121. Garp and Kuzan, a master and pupil's beliefs. We don't even talk about that. We don't even, I guess we touch on some of Kuzan's beliefs, but we don't really go into any of that. But we do get into some fighting, so that's pretty cool. It's a cool episode. A lot happens, so let's get started. If you guys don't know who we are the Grand Line Gazette. We talk about One Piece every damn day, whether it's character breakdowns, episode reviews, manga reviews, top 10s, ranking systems, whatever. So follow, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and let's get started. That's 59 seconds. Alright, so the episode kind of starts with a flashback of Garp and Kuzan, Aokiji, punching ships. Battleship bags is what they called them. I'm like, you just made that up. You never said that before a day of your life. He's talking to, what's his name? The people from the East Blue.
Django and Full Body.
Django and Full Body. That's their names. And Full Body is why I got confused with Helmeppo when I said he showed up on the Baratie. But yeah, that was Full Body. And we got Django. Always dope seeing Django. But they're seeing all these, beat up ships. They're like, yo, what is that? In Commodore whatever, it says those are battleship bags used by Garp and Aokiji. How y'all feel about this?
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it. You see Aokiji, Aokiji's kind of new to the battleship bags because he's still flinching a little bit. His hands are still sore, but you see Garp just going away at these things without stopping. So,
how do you like this flashback, this filter they put on there where everything's like more grayer? I'm like, is this Naruto I'm watching? Like, these look like Naruto skies. You know what I mean? Like, why is everything all dark for some reason? But yeah, now I say you can't unsee it. But how do you guys feel about this whole battleship thing? Like, hitting battleships isn't really a concept you think of, but once you see it happen, you're like, well, yeah, of course, they're just old busted battleships. My thing is how they get so far inland.
Ship graveyard.
Yeah.
Decommission. Things where they can control tides, so receive the waters, like in old port or something.
Oh, yeah. Like those things where like the ships go in and the water goes up and stuff like that. They could have the water up, bring the ship in, and then that makes sense.
Panama Canal.
Yeah. I don't know what that looks like. I feel like it doesn't look like that, but I mean I hear the concept and that makes sense to me. Tides. But yeah. How we feel about Past Garp? Past Garp looks cool. Like, he looks like a problem.
Yeah. Like, he looks like he scowls more than he smiles.
Speaking of scowling,
And
there was a
when
part...
he does, he really laughs.
There's a part in the episode where he talks about how his son becomes a revolutionary and he holds his scar. I think Dragon gave him that scar. Because, it was like a pained look in his face, and he, specifically held his scar. We've never seen Garp hold his scar before. But when he said that his son became a revolutionary, he did. I'm like, y'all fought. That must have been for fighting him.
I mean, there's a lot of times in this manga where they talk about the scars that they've had. Shanks does it. Whitebeard does it. So holding a scar after talking about that does significant.
And that's hella anime, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then we go back to present day on Hachinosu, and San Juan Wolf is waking up.
And
what do you think woke him up? Like, it had to be the galaxy impact, right? And he kind of was stirred from his sleep, and then a whole bunch more commotion. He probably tried to ignore the first thing.
I would say it's the blue hole.
Yeah, it had to, right? Because that's in the ground. And fucking earth.
That was the final attack.
Yeah. And that was earth shaking, where you're like, okay, wait, what? Or maybe somebody called for him, San Juan, get up, please, San Juan. like little bugs going at you. But yeah, this guy is like massive. And you know, the first thing I thought about when you saw was like his shadow and him standing over all the buildings and stuff, I thought about the fake sun god in the last chapter, 1128 that we reviewed, where he's standing over all the buildings and shit. I'm like, yeah, guy's fucking massive. He's definitely not no Sanwan size, but it was the same
and I'll be honest,
feeling.
And let's be honest here is Garp also thinks he's a problem because Garp doesn't wait for anything. Here, he immediately sees this guy, notices threat, and then immediately jumps.
He had words for Kuzan. He didn't have words for Sanwan.
I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Well, it's because, like, again, he sees Kuzan with this kind of, like, lens where Kuzan is from the military. So we move in a certain kind of way. We move with a certain kind of integrity. We're not seeking to cause more collateral damage or anything than necessary. Not Sanwan Wolf. He's not brought up under that flag. And you're a giant. Like, the possibility of destruction is limitless at that point.
Yeah.
So he knocks him out, and he's just laughing about it. He's like, yeah, still got it. This is his, like, third or fourth big attack after fighting already. Like, and this is the 70-year-old Garp. Like, he's getting winded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the only ones left, all the captives are gone. The only ones left are Crybaby Kobe, Prince Groose, Number Deuce.
Yep.
Oh, and Kobe calls Groose like San. So Groose was there before Kobe in Sword.
Okay.
And then Helmeppo. And Helmeppo's got his fedora on. I guess sometimes that fedora like brims down or something like that. But and Helmeppo's
What do you guys think about the pirate cannonballs?
Oh, the next part where Vasco shot. Oh yeah, next part Vasco shot like fucking lights the whole place on fire. And I mean, they don't care about collateral damage, like Kev was saying. Like
Garp don't care.
They don't care about collateral damage. And Garp was like, all right, if you don't care, I don't care.
Garp held up human shields.
Yeah.
He stares at
and
him.
the fire did not spread until he started throwing them all around.
I cannot wait for God Valley, man.
Dude, same. I'm right there
Watching
with
Garp go crazy. Yo, it like the next picture is like Avalo Pizarro like looking down, watching Garp go crazy, like yo,
and telling them to put out the fire.
Yeah, he's like,
I wonder which is
something very different than he does feel it, like Chris said, it burns. Difference between his and Pika's fruit. A couple things we see in this episode. Pika, he doesn't feel anything from like the cement or the stone. He feels the island. Pika can like also make limbs and stuff like that. It doesn't look like Avalo can do the same thing as Pika. Pika can make like hella limbs, like hella arms come out and everything. He could just manipulate the concrete and rock and stone. He looks like he made a body because he had 2 arms and 2 legs. And the arm was what was reaching out. But there was also the small avatar of Avalo Pizarro still within like the Hachinosu Hive mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this is on some Pacific Rim like Gundam stuff where it's like, no, you're still there, and if we can go there and disconnect you from the island or just beat you up on some hockey shit, you're done.
That's what I was talking about with the Sandman theory.
Yeah, the diamond in the center.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
which will probably be some like type of hockey observation hockey thing.
Yeah.
So you gotta like find him. It could be like another. I mean, I don't want it to be a Usopp thing because it's like we see the same thing, but Usopp could sense where he is and then have like the plants like take him out and shit like that. Usopp. Okay.
Don't make me laugh. Not this early.
That would be dope. That would be dope though. Hey, I got an idea for you. Just picture this. Usopp takes out the giant of the giants and gains not only like the notoriety he already has, but renown amongst the giants. He's already like they're like, okay, Usopp's like cool. We like Usopp. But what if he becomes like God Usopp to them too? And he has to fight he beats Avalo Pizarro somehow. I don't know. Or Sanwan Wolf.
And then he wakes up from this dream, and
And then the fake sun god is there. There's Legos everywhere. Yeah.
And there's the white noise and everything, and you realize he's been concussed.
Yeah. He wakes up in the mouth of a cat somehow. You're right.
He's standing next to Helmeppo, asking him to get off his lazy ass. And
Will it happen? No. But the idea of him beating the giant after all this giant setup is a cool idea to me. But yeah, back to Garp throwing fireballs. We get to Hibari, and Hibari's with all the ladies on the ship. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing, Oda?
the ladies can't handle a strong man's fight.
Yo,
We get it. We get it, Oda. We get it. Like, you leave Helmeppo on the island instead of Kujaku.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
thank you.
Yeah.
If you want to
Kujaku.
leave the sword girl there, whatever. But have her next to Helmeppo.
Oh, Tashigi? We're calling her the sword girl now? I'm like, what's he talking about? Tashigi? Bro. I'm come on, Oda. Do better. But yeah. But then we do get that cool face off of, like, you know, Garp with his, like, pupils. And he's like standing there, and he's got Kobe and Helmeppo and Groose, and I like Groose's new weapon. Or I like the weapon Groose has. Maybe we missed it. Maybe he took it. Maybe we didn't mention it. I like it. Just a giant ass mace. Imagine hit somebody with that and then just send them flying into the building. And they're like, all right, team, time to lock in. And immediately Kobe gets distracted. I'm like,
Dude,
I'm sick of you, Kobe.
Immediately.
I am sick of you, Kobe.
They said that they had everyone. You know they have everyone.
Well, I guess you don't know. You don't know.
Right, but that's like the plight of being the hero. Also, Green Goblin was talking about the Spider-Man on the rooftop. Like, I can just do whatever, and you're just going to believe that someone missed the boat on the off chance, and we're gonna catch you slipping, just like Shiru did.
Like, let's fight a little bit, and then like maybe you hit a building, you see inside the building woman, but just straight up. Power Ranger stance. Let's go, team. Everybody jumps in their different directions, and you get distracted immediately. Kobe, I do not like you.
I don't either.
And an honesty impact is not going to absolve that.
No, it will not. It will not at all.
No.
But Shiryu catches Garp slipping. Not even slipping. No. Shiryu catches Kobe slipping. Garp is quick enough and smart enough to push him out the way, and maybe it was just a trap for Garp all along.
I think these are the same action, though. Yeah, like we're talking. I mean, Kobe trying to help this lady is the same thing. Like, he's just there to try to protect. I know he should be smarter because Groose even recognizes, no, that's a trap.
Yeah.
But Garp does the same thing. Like, Garp goes to rescue, even though he knows it's a trap too. I don't know. I kind of see it coming from the same branch.
I see it, but the reason it's Kobe is because, like, the reason Kobe gets the hit is because you have been a liability every step of this rescue. This whole rescue, you have been a liability. If you just laid down and did nothing, they would have been better.
Yes.
Like, real talk. If you would have laid down, if you would just sat down with your cannonball cross legs, you know what I mean?
Like, you didn't have to get involved with Corona. You didn't have to go find Gecko Moria. You didn't have to do any of that shit. They were all going to come. You, as Corey said, you are a liability.
And then you're just going to sit there and cry and get yourself caught up at every opportunity. And then we see the preview of the next episode. I'm about to just talk about it. He cried like 5 different times in the preview of the next episode. Punch the fist! Punch the fucking fist, bro. I'm tired of you. Like, at least when I see Usopp like do the same, this is the same thing Usopp does. Where we're like, bro, you're a sniper. Why are you scared? Why are you crying? We've seen you fight people 100 times. Why is this shaking you up? It's the same thing with Kobe. Like, why are you getting shaken up? You're the hero of the Marines.
Bruh.
We can't say that about.
He said,
we can't say that about Usopp, but I understand what you mean.
He's got
like, they both private.
Usopp has saved way more people than Kobe. How many people you think were in that underground versus Hachinosu?
Here's the thing. here's why it's even worse, because you're the hero of the Marines, but in the most pivotal, the say hour, the pivotal moment, you are the one who makes the biggest blunder. Not Helmeppo, you.
I
And
will
then right after that, you lose your shit
in my
and
one
you focus on your blunder.
in
So
my one
what
defense.
did you do?
In my one defense of Kobe over Usopp, not saying one's better than the other. What I'm saying in this situation, Usopp would run away 3 times and then get convinced to do something and then miraculously stumble on the way to victory. Kobe's just gonna punch his way out. So I do appreciate that. When you nut up, you actually do something that is spectacular to see. But this is the same thing where you know your potential, we know your potential, figure it out. You're a liability.
He does.
All right, I'm done talking about it. Let's move on. Back to another flashback. After he gets stabbed, oh, that's when he calls Shiryu that punk from Impel Down, and he's just laughing. He's like, "You shitty old geezer." Yo, Shiryu a dog, bro. It's just
I love it.
like,
I
bro,
love it.
you don't even care. You don't even care.
Bro, I talked to you guys when we were talking about Shiri of the Rain and said that I liked how he doesn't laugh or do any of that stuff because he comes across as extremely menacing. But that was so satisfying watching him laugh at Garp.
That's a menacing laugh. Yeah, the front, he's like, "Hey, you fucking punk." He punches him down. Shuri, hey, if I was Shuri, I'm like, "Bro, stay down. You don't need to be up no more. You did your job." He pulled the sword out. The wound's open. He should have kept the sword in, but the wound's open now.
Yeah.
The dude's dying
This
officially.
dude punched battleship bags, bro, and you just took one and you got back up. Kudos, but stay down.
It was like a suplex where he like grabbed him. And he's like, ugh. Imagine getting suplex like slammed on your back so hard that you spit out blood. You start bleeding out your nose. Like, he gets up. He's like, grabs his sword. He's like, it's like, you know, you ain't shit, bro. You ain't winning on no fight. You ain't winning on no like one-on-one.
But
Then we get the cool animation with Aokiji. And like Garp's fucking reward poster goes on his heart and then freezes over.
Yeah. This animation and this episode were just amazing. Like they took their time, they did it right, and I appreciate it.
I agree with Kevin. This shit is like dope. And I like just to talk about Shiru real quick. I like that he was able to coat his blade, make it black and everything.
Oh, we did see that, yeah.
And what Corey was saying, he does demonstrate he doesn't have a mastery over his double fruit because the sword was invisible, but then wasn't. So maybe that's how Kobe saw it. But I think Garp was on point already. Like I think he has observation.
Yeah.
So.
Or maybe it could have been for us.
And you may not be able to code it at the same time. Like, what if? I mean,
what if he can't?
Yeah, agreed. That's what.
Like
And that's
it started as though it was.
Yeah, because Ryu is using armament hockey and using your devil fruit like mixed. Like
Ryu,
not Ryu. Like the awakening is. It's like that's what Ryu's like the film, just channeling energy. That's why he needed that to awaken. But
so I think for him, as he's running, it's I'm imbuing you with my devil fruit right now, and then right as I'm thrusting, I'm switching devil fruit off into hockey.
Yeah. That's how it's light switches.
Yeah.
Inexperienced fighters get light switches.
That's fine.
Yeah, Jakku.
But then we get the flashback.
Kuzan, 100%. He's like, even if his hands and feet are tied, you guys aren't enough to kill Garp. Yeah, you're lying. They would have killed him. Garp is on his last legs. You wanted to save him. No, Aokiji's sword. 100%. Yeah. He did this to save Garp.
I mean, look at him freezing the pirates. He's running out of his way to get them in his way so that he can freeze them. Like, he's just jumping out. He's like, frozen.
The quickest route to any destination is a straight line. He did not make a beeline for Garp.
And Garp fucking... I like how Garp just be boxing, bro. Garp just like, all right. like conquer Aki.
That's all.
And
That's all he got, bro.
Aokiji's like running as fast as he can, and then he's just ice sliding to his hockey punch. Like, bro, the ice slide to the fucking hockey ice punch is the cleanest shit ever. That's gonna take somebody out.
He built up so much speed and momentum with that, and then just being able to keep that kinetic energy going on that ice slide, bro.
Garp's like, I'll just jump.
I like Garp's like nonchalance in his hockey activation. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. That's so tough.
Yeah, he activates hockey like Goku's going Super Saiyan 2 to flex. Like, you don't need to go through all the stages. You can just turn it on when you want. Like, right when he would just be like, bam! You're like, but sometimes he'd be like,
Yeah, sometimes they like.
Yeah. But sometimes, he's like, no, I can actually just turn it on. Sometimes I like hyping it up.
Right.
You know, I'm a legend.
He's gonna have a move called like Black Ice. His hockey imbued with his
Black Ice would be crazy.
That would be pretty cool. How old do you think he is in the flashback? Because this is him before being able to use hockey.
Garp got no neck in the flashback either. Like, this dude's fucking.
So Garp's like 35. This guy's like 16. Like, what the fuck?
No. I think Garp's like
in 50s.
40, 50, and like Kuzan's like mid 20s.
Yeah.
Because I think he's high 20s, because he's got to be a certain level for him to be like, they can't teach me anything. And that is a young, in like your defense of saying like he's younger, that is a young mentality. But that's also like young for your position mentality.
It's just weird that like he doesn't know hockey at this stage. Like if he is in his late 20s.
That's true. So maybe it is
when he's
early
doing
20s. Maybe it is our late teens. You're right.
Instructors probably aren't in charge until you're after the academy. So they're probably
he knows hockey.
He said
he tells Garp he doesn't know hockey
when he starts. Yeah, he says I don't know hockey.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's like,
but wait.
He said don't use hockey. He's like, I don't know how to.
There's a second flashback where Garp has like whites on the side. Maybe he's like 40 then, and maybe he's like 30 something, and then Aokiji's younger too. Because that's a good point. There's really no reason for him to be older than whatever Luffy's age is at the time and not know hockey. If you got like official teachers and military members.
So that's when his son becomes a revolutionary.
When
so
that's
that's
the white hair. But yeah,
that's like
I think he has hockey
years.
by then.
Sure, maybe. Yeah, I agree.
But in the first one, I think he is younger because that's like young Garp. Like usually we see young Garp with the white still, but young Garp. You're right.
If Kobe can get conquerors just by doing this type of shit, I would imagine Aokiji can get conquerors too.
But probably just had to start doing it first.
Yeah.
When Aokiji's wearing the shades and has the bandana, I think that's when he has learned hockey and got the double fruit.
Yeah.
Agreed.
How about that animation when like Garp is walking towards Aokiji, like when he's upset in that red room, and like his sleeve knocks off like the papers off the desk? I'm like, what are we doing here? Just the whole budget on just like, bro, the animation in these flashbacks.
It's phenomenal, and we also see like a little bit of Ohara. If you skip too fast, you miss it. Like these are pivotal parts in these people's lives. Like seeing Ohara burning, that was huge for Aokiji. We've all seen that firsthand. But this is when he starts to question himself right here.
What's kind of crazy is just like this could have been always the plan with these two. And then it's like, it's just like, no, we didn't just make him his like student just because. Like, no, like this was my plan from the beginning. That's how it's built. Like a lot of this.
And Severus.
Yeah. Like, we had a deal this whole time, and that's why I think like the whole like sword thing is like, we had this deal this whole time, and. I would like if they had a conversation where it was like, are you willing to kill me? And Garp was like, are you willing to kill me? Don't ask me. I've killed friends.
Garp's affiliated with Sword, or the one that made it, and that's Sengoku.
Yeah.
I think Sengoku knows about it, but it was like spearheaded by Garp. I can't really see Garp just taking Sengoku's like notion or idea and then running with it.
That'd be
Or
nice
being
if
told
Garp
to do it.
always wanted Luffy to join Sword. He's like, no, just join the Marines. I got something for you. Just trust me, I got something for you. I can't really tell you because you're gonna go around telling everybody.
You dumbass.
But yeah, we have the clash. We have them both fly back. Groose and El Meppo go to see if Garp's okay, and he's like, "Fuck, that hurt." But he's smiling.
Yeah, that was a good punch.
Girl's still on the ship. Hibari's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's such a liability." And then we go to
Another liability.
yeah, for real. Actually, this might be one of my favorite parts of the episode. It's just fucking Avalo Pizarro going off. Like, bro,
The biggest liability.
Yeah, you're like on your own high right now. Like, what are we doing? Bro, he's like, you guys are gonna be in the news, and they'll say that they're great Avalo Pizarro. Like, yo, chill, bro. Like, what are you doing up there?
This dude is doing his best hack impersonation, like trying to read the headlines out. Yo, I loved it.
Oh my
like
God.
that fire.
Drinking his own. He was drinking his own Kool-Aid. He's like, I'm sick and tired of being ignored. I've got the island fruit. I'm gonna put some respect on my name.
So you want to beat Sam Wall Wolf? How about you beat this, huh? And here comes a giant fish.
Around like 18 minutes and 12 seconds, you just start seeing people be flying, like drop
Yeah.
from his arms and stuff. Like you just see him like dozens being dropped. And it's like,
I was at
he
1807 when you
those
said
others.
that. Yeah, they're dead. But that's the thing about
they're
Hachinosu.
dead.
He's like, that's the thing about Hachinosu. It's a beehive. The more you poke at us, the more that they'll come. It's like, bro, for real.
I love that.
I like the idea of there being pirates still being in those buildings. Like, no, I'm sure they got it.
Yeah.
Just because it's
I'm
all hands
sure
on
they're
deck don't mean it's all
fine.
hands on deck.
Yeah.
And now out of nowhere you hear, "Oh, my leg!" It's like, I'm sure they're fine.
I like them how it goes
Somebody
like
come
this.
quick!
Yeah, a young elite unit. Yeah, this fucking task force, this subgroup, this special division. I really like the avatar thing of Avalo Pizarro, like him opening his hand and the opening of the hand and everything like that. I think that really brought like, and that's my whole thing is like, in there, is he moving at the same speed as like the giant fist, or is he doing the action and then the giant fist does something? I think his body is physically limited in its movements compared to how big his size is.
It's possible, but you guys said that he feels these things. So I guess my question is, when we see the honesty impact next episode, what happens to Pizarro or Avalo Pizarro's right arm?
I think it's like one of those phantom pain type of things, where
It's
it's like he
possible.
loses the arm or the hand and everything, the fist from Kobe,
Yeah.
and feels this whole notion that I just shattered my real hand, but it's really
Yeah.
in it there.
He gonna
But
white
he
out.
feels the sensation like that.
What if
That's
it's
what I
like,
think.
what if it becomes just like a dead arm? Like some people just have dead feelings, like when it
Yeah,
comes to
then
that.
that would make his devil fruit similar to Robin's.
Maybe. I would. I don't think it
Either
will.
way.
I would like it, like if
Yeah.
that was the difference between like if you use like Conqueror's hockey, and that shit channeled the energy channeled back to him, and all of a sudden like his arm like blood like starts bursting out.
Yeah, either way,
sorry.
this just
This ain't
increased
Bleach.
the stock for Avalo for me. His stock went up for me in this episode. I thought he was really cool. I like his rambling, his drinking his own Kool-Aid, him wanting to make headlines.
I like the personality.
Yeah,
I like it when we see these
like
personalities.
I like the meow and all that stuff. Like just these little quirks about him. Really cool.
We all think he's a mink, right? I think we've covered
Yeah.
that.
I think he's part
Yeah.
mink. I think he's like half mink
Part
or
mink.
something.
Okay, cool.
Man.
The meow kind of just like is
Yeah.
obvious for me. I mean, I like that he has ambition. I think that's cool. Like we know that they all have dreams, and then they're all together for that dream. His is just to be infamous. I'd assume.
I think so, because he was a king. So it's like he's like, I could be a king again, but I'm not really. It doesn't seem like he's missing the king part. Now maybe he is,
Power.
but I think he's just like
missing the authority and the respect and just being in the limelight and the publicity that comes with any of his
exactly.
actions.
He doesn't miss ruling. He misses being like, oh, the king did this, the king did that. Oh, I know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he has like 17 arms. Are those little ass legs?
I think
Yeah,
it's like
that's what I
little
was
legs.
thinking.
Yeah,
Hop to 1946. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was
I see
thinking.
2 arms and maybe some little ass legs.
yeah. That's why I was talking about how it's like Pika could probably make more arms and like his like he can create things out of the stone, but he's an island man, so it's like he has arms and legs, and that Hachinosu head just happens to be a head.
No, but I
But
think Kevin's saying that he has more than the 4 appendages.
oh
Yeah, or what happens when he steps up, like gets up? Is he like the
Yeah.
castle fruit?
Yeah,
Or
that is what I'm looking forward to.
or you guys watched Black Clover? There's Henry who like turns the hideout into a robot bull.
I don't think there's more limbs though. I see one arm, one
Yeah.
leg.
I
It's
see
just
2 arms, 2 legs.
yeah, 2 arms, 2 legs. I think it's just like the angles that we're looking at. Because
He's just sitting down. He's just laying down. He's just like reaching.
Uh,
I don't know.
or it's
like
like
the whole-
like his arms and legs are in the air, and he has to like push himself up like once he puts them down. But
He needs more
like
island.
The
He
Hachinosu
needs
name
more island.
itself.
yeah, he needs
like that.
more island, which they might work on. You
Yeah,
know?
you start grouping things together, it'd be a bigger problem. Be a kind and fruit.
But yeah, fun episode, right?
Yeah, I love Hachinosu.
Yeah.
I love the beehive thing. I love that there's so many pirates that they're swarming out. I like Vala Pizarro's bars. I love Garp's son.
Two of my favorite
Garp,
factions are the Blackbeard Pirates and Sword. Like
Yeah.
I like Sword as a concept. Do they have my favorite characters? Not a one. Not a one. Maybe
They got
maybe
3 of
Kuzan.
They got Golem 1,
They
2,
do.
and 3.
Sword
They
Week.
got Musketeer 1. They got the. I don't know the Musketeers' names, but if I could pull that out.
No,
right now,
they're just
that'd
called
be
the
fun.
3 Musketeers. That's all it's ever released of.
Oh,
It's
really?
just- yeah, it's just Diaz, Drake, and the 3 Musketeers. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I mean the
That's why
real
they're
one,
question
the
mark.
real story.
Oh,
That's all I was
yeah.
like. If I knew their names, I'd be like, I like the Golems. Fucking Nina Pinta Santa Maria. You know. Cool episode. Cool stuff. I'm glad we get more next week.
We were all talking about how great the Isle fruit was before the video was recorded. But what if he comes in contact with like the red line?
Yeah.
I mean,
Then he's
is
just
he able
based
to
from
control
Nick
it?
Jr. Yeah.
The only reason why I think they haven't done that yet is because they know that once they do that, Marie Joie's attacking them. Like, because Marie Joie sits on the red line. Once they're like, oh hell no.
You coming at me now?
Yeah, no. Get the admirals. You know, round them up. We gotta blow this shit up. Yuma would be like, if we gotta blow this shit up, we'll do it right now. You know.
It's just weird that he does that. They're
Hold
not
up,
trying
hold
to
up.
do that.
What if they do
I
that
agree.
and that's why Luffy destroys the red line?
But that's because in a previous video of ours, I was like speculating that, like what Blackbeard's plan could be, because he's getting all of these monsters on his crew who are capable of doing damage to the red line. All of them, like they're huge.
The strong fruit, the quake fruit, the giant fruit, the
Zunisha.
yeah, the isle fruit. Like these
Aokiji,
all
ice.
Aokiji's ice could like freeze it and break it. Like maybe not the
Yeah.
warp or a not Valopazar.
Yeah.
No. Vasco shot.
Yeah. Vasco Shot could burn some shit, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I mean that's at least half the crew.
Or
Strong enough to
maybe
destroy
he
like.
can do like something acidic or venomous.
But I mean, if Garp can sit here and punch battleships and concave them, if you gave somebody 10 years to punch the red line, yeah, you know,
You're gonna have Laboon.
they're gonna make it to the other side. Maybe not like in a straight line, but if it's like, look,
Yeah, I hear you.
And you don't have to go all the way through. By the time you reach like halfway, some of it's going to start crumbling. I'd imagine. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to run into issues.
whatever happens, you're gonna get the attention you want. You know, I mean, But what do you guys think? It's been about 35 minutes, so let's wrap up this episode. That was episode 1121. Big fight on Hachinosu episode. This week we continue Sword Week. We have Helmeppo, Hibari, and Kobe left. Maybe another discussion topic before we wrap it all up. After that, you guys choose what is happening in the manga, what is happening in the anime. Where are we going to go next? We could go full theory mode for the while, or we could go into another faction and break them down. You guys decide, you guys let us know, and we will be back next time.
Peace.
Next.